1,000 plus for the second of 2 games in this venue yesterday, and a likely similar number today as we are underway, and it is an ace for the Western Michigan Broncos. And that has been the theme for their recent success. Back-to-back matches, including yesterday's sweep of Auburn and their win in the MAC title game, in which they have had double-figure aces. And right off the bat, Steph, they have an ace. It was 11 for them yesterday. Louisville looking to reply in kind. They turn to Charity Looper. Good defensive work from the Broncos. Glock to PK. And now King, the player we highlighted. Really good rally on this point. It continues on. PK the swing, and PK the kill to put Louisville on the board.
And we saw Ellie Glock go to PK 3 times during that rally. We highlighted the middles from Louisville in the open, and we saw that that seems to be their game plan tonight as well.
Those 9 blocks for PK, leading the way for the Cardinals. Blocking was a big part of their performance and their victory. And after Western Michigan started this match with an ace, Louisville has an ace from their libero leader, Elena Scott. Here's Anna Calcagno, who was tied with King with 14 kills yesterday and leading Western Michigan to the upset of the Auburn Tigers. She's got her first to even the score, too.
And Case does such a great job of giving her the ball. Calcagno was able to swing before the block could close.
Here's Iko Jones. And Iko Jones again. The pass just a bit off from Ellie Glock. And that ball hung on the tape for a moment, drawing oohs and ahs from the crowd. It's Calcagno. De Beer the dig. And Looper the swing for the kill. Louisville's 2-star outside hitters combining for that point. It was Anna De Beer with the dig and Charity Looper with the kill.
We said we were in for a battle tonight, and so far the rallies have not disappointed.
And those 2 players combining will do really nicely for Danny Busboom Kelly early on in this match, because they were not the headline grabbers for Louisville in their victory yesterday over Wright State, despite the expectations that are on their shoulders.
Great deep swing there from King off the block of Louisville.
Here's Looper for Louisville once again. And King for Western Michigan. Well handled by Elena Scott. And Case calling her own number. Look at the pancake from Scott. Jones hitting the deck. Looper off of hands to score again and restore the Louisville lead. Really terrific defensive stuff from both teams early on in this match.
And terrific volleyball. Look at the digs, the effort. Looper takes the right swing here, high off the hands of the Bronco block.
Elena Scott, you see there, has had over 400 digs in 3 consecutive seasons. King not once but twice. Now Anna De Beer's first real opportunity to have a swing, and she took a big one. Another chance for Louisville. It's Cressy! Kara Cressy was the star of the victory over Wright State. And she's off on the right foot tonight.
We saw Cressy have a lot of success out of the middle yesterday, staying in front of the setter, but this is where she thrives, on that slide running behind the setter.
Cressy, the only player with 10 or more kills yesterday for Louisville. She had 13. Looper with that left-hand dig, able to keep it in play as well. Here's Cressy again. Back-to-back points for Louisville's Kara Cressy.
Glock almost ran out of real estate there, getting close to the antenna, and was able to set Cressy a faster ball. They're really seeming to have a great connection tonight.
That 500 hitting percentage. It's high, but by Kara Cressy's standards, it's not uncalled for. Hitting nearly 440 for the season coming into the tournament.
And one thing we saw from Western Kentucky last night, or Western Michigan last night in Kentucky, is that we will not see them get flustered. A 2-point run, a 3-point run from Louisville will not fluster this Western Michigan squad.
And the Cardinals are on one such run, Steph, a 4-point run as it stands. To your point about the attitude of Western Michigan, that is what one of their leaders, Logan Case, the setter, said that she liked the most about this team. They were not satisfied just making it to the NCAA tournament. They wanted to win. It's a team with a strong culture, these Broncos. As there's a look at Case. 44 assists for her yesterday. She is outstanding. And it is a point to Western Michigan via another ace.
And aces in their serving is what really got them the early lead yesterday and led to some of that confidence that we just talked about.
Louisville has a response through Anna DeBeer. DeBeer yesterday 8 for 40. Had 6 attacking errors as well. So here's CC Rush coming in to serve. Played in all 3 sets yesterday. Had a dig on her stat sheet, but primarily used in these kinds of situations as a service specialist. Helter-skelter on the Louisville side of the net, and it results in another point for Western Michigan, and they are pulling themselves right back in the set. It's a veteran team, Western Michigan. Lost just 1 player off of last year's squad. And with a lot of winning experience as well. Yesterday's victory was the 31st of their season all told. Anna DeBeer looks to have that scoring touch tonight. Another kill for her.
And when Louisville's able to use their middles and to establish that early, Kong's been a threat already in this match. That just helps open up DeBeer on the outside.
And DeBeer with the denial defensively. That one too much for Scott to handle. And it's another point to Western Michigan. Kiona Salesman coming into the match. Here's Aiko Jones. And now Anna DeBeer. Where does Western Michigan turn? They go to Calcagno, and the ball was deflected. It is a point to Western Michigan and a kill for Calcagno.
Western Michigan doing such a good job of digging, keeping the ball in play, but finding ways to still have great offense off of their hustle plays, getting the ball out to the pin and not very high, which is tough on the Louisville Cardinals block.
Calcagno's second team All-MAC this year and her second year as a member of this program. Louisville gets the point off the block. Give them a 2-point advantage right now. Back and forth we go early on. Louisville, the more heralded and certainly the favorite of many of the people inside the KFC Yum Center tonight, given that they're the hosts. But this Western Michigan team not intimidated by much with all the success that they've had. An unfortunate ball there as Glanton was the intended recipient of the pass and just couldn't make the play.
We won't see very many missed connections from Case and her hitters tonight.
Here's Salesman. Oh! And she finds the floor somehow.
And that's just a fantastic set from Case. She's running back towards one. This ball is a little bit out of system, and this is what I was talking about, a great dig, but she finds a way to put her hitter right up at the net so that Salesman can go over the block to the middle of the court.
After the match yesterday, Case said that it's easy when you have confident hitters around you. You can just put the ball up and they will go make it happen.
And that's definitely a two-way street. Those hitters get their confidence from knowing that Case is going to find them and going to put the ball where they need it, even on tough sets.
Louisville by 3 right now after Iko Jones had the point. Make it a 2-point lead for Louisville. A lethal swing from the right side from Calcagno. A lot of venom on this ball.
And this is another thing we'll see Case do a lot tonight. When she's running forward, she'll reverse the court. She'll go long side of the court and set that ball back to Calcagno on a really fast ball, which keeps the blockers guessing and allows Calcagno to be so successful.
Part of the story of Louisville's struggle yesterday, where they dropped a set, was mistakes. It was errors. Here's one in serve receive. And make it back-to-back aces to tie it at 12.
In Western Michigan, we saw some of their longest runs yesterday behind the serve of Simpkins in a strong rotation for them with King and Calcagno front row.
There's Simpkins, this time doing the job defensively. Calcagno has to set it over. There's Cressy, and Cressy continues where she left off last night. 4th kill for her already. Case called for it. Set it up for King. They'll do it again. Scott goes flying. Here's Looper. Now Calcagno out of play. A relative rare attack error based on the way she performed yesterday for Calcagno, but Louisville deserves credit here for that dig from Elena Scott.
And we talked about Western Michigan staying in system. Elena Scott was fully sprawled out across the floor and put that ball right on Ellie Glock's head.
Service error brings the Bronco fans behind the Western Michigan bench to their feet. They are feeling confident just like their team is feeling confident right now.
We haven't seen a lot of easy points tonight, so an error, a service error, then a hitting error are some easy points for Western Michigan, and I think that does deserve them to celebrate.
Ties the match up at 14. Neck and neck through the first set. What else would you have expected based on Western Michigan's success all year and also the way they performed against a power team out of the SEC yesterday in Auburn? They have another point here, and they will of this part of the bracket. It's Western Michigan in front, but no longer. Out of the timeout, a service error from Calcagno ties it at 15. But yesterday, Steph, the story for both teams, for Western Michigan, their power players, their conference award winners, stepped up and performed on the big stage. And for Louisville, a lot of their conference award winners and accolade-earning players did not necessarily step up. It was the supporting cast that led Louisville yesterday.
Yep, and there's goods and bads about both of those situations. I think Western Michigan comes in tonight with a lot of confidence for what their stars can do and how their upperclassmen are going to carry them. But I think Louisville also found some new heroes and some new big contributors, and I'm sure those stars will rebound, and then you have more weapons.
Anna DeBeer, the ACC's co-player of the year. Elena Scott also an all-conference performer in terms of awards, winning the conference's Defensive Player of the Year. And for Western Michigan, the player that just set the ball was both the Player of the Year and the Setter of the Year, Logan Case. But it's a point to Louisville. And it's PK.
And a big part of those athletes stepping up yesterday was in blocking as well. That's how Louisville got their momentum back yesterday when offense was struggling, and it was through their defense and blocking.
Mentioned the 11 aces for Western Michigan. Well, Louisville racked up the blocks, 15 of them yesterday. They tried to find another there, but it's a point to Western Michigan off of that block.
And that's the exact situation the Broncos are going to look for, is that block being really aggressive, maybe a little bit early, and if they can swing off that block when the block's on their way down, easy way to score a point. Maybe I shouldn't say easy way to score a point, but it ends up being an easy point.
Here's Salesman, and that one's off the antenna.
But that's another off-the-block swing, off the block and into the antenna is exactly what Salesman was trying to do there.
Keona Salesman transferred up, if you will, from Division II Ferris State a couple of years ago. She's the target again, and this time she's able to score.
That time she was successful at it. And I think that's part of the confidence that Western Michigan has too. They knew that Salesman made the right decision on the play before. It just didn't all work out, so they went right back to her to try to capture a point off of that same situation. Last night, Salesman with 8 kills. That was 3rd on the team. Beg your pardon, 4th on the team for Western Michigan. Tied for the 3rd most, but 4th on the team. Another point to Louisville here. And in this back and forth set, these late points will be vital for one team or the other to set the early tone and take the opening set. Louisville 6 points away right now, but just a 1-point lead. Salesman took a lot off that ball, and it made it easy to see the entire way for Louisville's talented middle blocker, PK. Aiko Jones was involved as well to her right. We see Maggie King coming back in the back row for the Broncos. That not only gives them a different look in serve receive, but also gives them an offensive weapon out of the back row. Service error from De Beer gives the point back to Western Michigan. Already the 3rd service error committed by the Cardinals. It's along with 2 attacking errors. Western Michigan with 5 attacking errors thus far. So now Regan Boyer, sophomore from Illinois, who's been a regular contributor in each of her 2 seasons in Western Michigan colors. And she's got another ace for Western Michigan to tie it at 20. And look at that. After a season high 11 aces yesterday, they're almost halfway to equaling that total just in the first set. King the swing. De Beer calls off Glock. And Western Michigan takes the lead. Such Calcagno a fast again. Ball to Calcagno. Watch on this replay, the ball is just where she can hit it, and she can hit it either inside the block of Looper or wait till it gets outside the block. Let's see if that look is a lucky one for the Cardinals tonight. Look at this, another ace for Western Michigan. They are doing a fantastic job of staying on their game plan. When they were down in this set, we talked about their confidence is not wavering, and they stayed right on their game plan and are up 2 late in this set. And Louisville still looking out of sorts. The more confident team right now is clearly Western Michigan, though Aiko Jones is able to build up her team's confidence a little bit here, scoring that one off the block.
So with Louisville trailing, it's now Elena Scott. Scott had to leap to keep it alive, gives the chance to Western Michigan, and it's Cal Cagno who takes advantage of that chance and puts it away.
And the Broncos are right where they want to be late in this game. This is one of their strongest rotations with Simpkins serving, Calcagno and King front row, and that's what we saw in the last rotation too. Case is able to split that block and move those pin hitters around.
Point to Louisville here. It's Charity Looper that Louisville turns to when they needed a point desperately right now. Will Louisville drop the opening set in their second consecutive NCAA tournament match as Brigitte Petrenko comes on to serve here for the Cardinals? Player with a lot of experience in her career as a setter, but has been relegated to mostly serving duty this year. As a transfer out of Coastal Carolina, Reese Robbins, the true freshman, into the match with her first swing. And Robbins with the kill. Reese Robbins made a huge impact yesterday with 5 kills and 2 blocks. And her head coach, Danny Busboom Kelly, said that she's probably why we won the match.
And she comes in as a blocking sub for Ellie Glock in the front row to just be a big presence up there, but she also has become such an offensive weapon for the Cardinals.
A 2-point run would win the set. And right now, Louisville trying to put that run together via the attack error from Western Michigan. A back and forth seesaw opening set between these two sides. Putting up 23 points and then losing a set is something they really can't afford to do. They're right there. Can they come from behind and put Louisville under some big-time pressure early on in this match? They cannot, or they can rather, as Cal Cagno is able to score off of the hands of Kara Cressy.
And it's hard. We've talked about how fast that ball is back to the back pin, and that makes it where the block can get there, but they're not quite all the way pressed over and finished. So look for Louisville to make an adjustment there, and the Broncos to keep using that block as much as they can for points.
Looper, she's been busy early on. 4 kills for her. And Louisville back up by 1, looking to close the set out right now.
Calcagno's back row now for the Broncos.
Aiden Bartlett serves for Louisville. Oh! And they return the favor. Western Michigan with 6 aces in the first program, to say the least about Western Michigan, given what they've been able to do. But still, in those close sets where it comes down to fine margins, it pays off to have an extra weapon or two available to you to bring into the match. And that was the case, as you said, Steph, about Louisville in that first set, as Maggie King has the attack error to give Louisville the first point of this set too. Really challenging serve from Petrenko, an equally challenging swing from King. Calcagno. She is leading the way right now. 7 kills for Anna Calcagno. That's a game high.
Looper made the right decision there in trying to take Case out of the offense. This Broncos offense is not nearly efficient when Case can't touch the second ball, but Calcagno did a fantastic job of finding the floor.
Another kill for Reese Robbins. What a moment for her. Her head coach said that they've been trying to figure out how to use her all year long and prepare her to be a contributor in high-stakes, high-pressure moments like these in the NCAA tournament. She has answered the call.
And we talked about people stepping up and answering the call. Louisville went straight to the double sub here in the second set. As not a double sub, they started Petrenko and Robbins.
Calcagno continues.
Louisville has to find a way for their block to catch up with the speed of that set to Calcagno so that that ball is not going off the block every time.
Anna Calcagno in her second year with Western Michigan became more efficient this year. Finished the season with well over 330 kills. And another mistake defensively in serve receive by Louisville. That's been one of the themes, unfortunately, for the Cardinals so far in this tournament. No mistake from Robbins. You'd never know that she was a true freshman playing in her first NCAA tournament based on what she has done the last 2 nights.
And that's the advantage she has with her height, too. That ball was set a little bit tight to the net, but she has such good body control and reach and was able to go up over the block and just tap it down, really.
Robbins already tied for the Louisville team lead with 4 kills now. Case the back set, and look who it is. Reading it the whole way, it's Robbins once more. Danny Busboom-Kelly called her a force. She's been forceful so far tonight. They don't go to her here, though. They go to DeBeer on the other side. And then PK couldn't make the play after it set up nicely to her. And Mary Claire Brusick, who herself had a phenomenal night last night in Western Michigan's sweep of Auburn, gets credit here.
And we didn't get to see much of her in the first set, but look at her inserting herself right away in set 2 with a joust at the net.
Brusick last night with 9 kills, hit .563. Reese Robbins is on her way to getting 9 kills and maybe several more. She's got another one. And look at the pride as Robbins heads to the bench.
And I think those are my favorite things about postseason play overall, is you see who's going to step up, who's going to be the next round for some of these big teams, and who do you get to look forward to playing over the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Reese Robbins might have an excellent future over the course of her college career, but if it is anything like the one Anna DeBeer has had, that'll be tough to live up to. What a superstar she has been for this Louisville program. As a Louisville native playing for her hometown team. Another Louisville native making a big play. Elena Scott with the dig. Here's DeBeer. Off the face of Boyle for Western Michigan to score and give Louisville a 3-point lead.
And wow, you saw 2 fantastic things here. Elena Scott laying right at the center line, and then she hustles to try to take this second ball, but Aiko Jones is able to step in and set. We're seeing a bunch of people step up and do things to make this Cardinals squad successful.
4th service error tonight committed by Louisville. But look at Anna DeBeer. Made that phenomenal play a moment ago. She, too, a player with a stellar, outstanding career, an All-American, and the ACC's Defensive Player of the Year this year. There's Madison Mertz coming into the match, the native of Cincinnati.
And we talked about finding a way and finding people off the bench that can come in and find ways to score. Perfect timing for Mertz.
Mertz did not even appear in the match yesterday, after playing in fewer than 50 sets this season. So Louisville turning to a young player to make a difference in Reese Robbins, and now Western Michigan turning to a lesser experienced player. As you see Anna DeBeer step behind the service line. The co-ACC Player of the Year this season. Had a phenomenal NCAA tournament last year, looking to duplicate that after a slower start than she would have expected yesterday. PK trying to play it quickly. Tried to pin it into the back corner and couldn't find the target. It's out of play, an attack error, and a point to Western Michigan to pull them to within one.
And I think they would say that they had kind of a rough start to this set, but again, never count them out right in this 1 point down.
That's the thing that struck you the most yesterday as Louisville adds to their lead, was the attitude of Western Michigan, the ability to, if they give up a point, give up a kill, to have a short memory and move on.
Definitely, they played against an Auburn squad that was, on paper, bigger, faster, and stronger, got some highlight kills, and Western Michigan was never phased. They said, okay, take that point, and they just stayed on their game plan and executed just like that ball was salesman.
Case in point right there, a battle-tested bunch of Broncos. Never mind the pedigree that Louisville presents. This Western Michigan team knows how to win, knows how to navigate their way through a match. And they're trying to ring the bell one more time. And they might have the opportunity to score here via a terrific dig from Simpkins. But not quite. Louisville to Looper. Now to Aiko Jones. King. And Looper again. Calcagno. Cressy. Oh, another fabulous dig, but to no avail. The effort was from Boyer for Western Michigan, but it's a point to the Louisville Cardinals to extend the lead to 2. Credit to Kara Cressy.
And fantastic hustle here. Great dig. And unfortunately for this rally, that ball hit off Calcagno's arm and head and was a double since it was the second contact.
But another tremendous rally. Fans tonight are getting treated. Case has to just get it over to the Louisville side of the net, where they set it up to Kara Cressy. Hugely successful last night and already off to a fabulous start. Cressy 6 for 9. And now tied for the Louisville team lead with those 6 kills. King responds for Western Michigan.
And a lot of times in volleyball, you'll hear coaches say that they want to win the serve and serve receive game, and how important that is. We want to be able to be in the serve and serve receive game. And that's what Western Michigan does so well, that keeps them in each one of these sets.
Boyer trying to chase it into the advertisements. More terrific effort, but unable to get the ball. And it's a charity Looper kill. It's a Western Michigan team that is not going to back down, and as evidenced by that last play, not give up on any ball. Brusik, the undersized middle blocker, listed at 6 feet, the sophomore from Evergreen Park, Illinois. Made a huge leap this season. Had a terrific night last night and has the kill here.
You see Cressy leaving early to go double block Calcagno, and that's what we talked about, that they have to find a way to speed up that block, but that's the risk. You go speed up that block, Case sees it, and Brusik is wide open in the middle.
Kara Cressy collecting herself. And putting Western Michigan under pressure. King, an attack error. And after being one of the stars last night, Maggie King having a night she would like to forget so far. Just 2 kills for her on 24 for hundreds tonight. And out of the timeout, Louisville adds to their lead. with an ace from CC Rush.
And again, Louisville adding contributions off the bench. CC Rush coming in as a serving specialist here. Louisville is currently winning in that chess game of being able to find every little way to score a point.
And that's more like it from Maggie King. Mentioned her struggles as we headed to the timeout a moment ago. Western Michigan will likely feel that they need to get her going offensively. Cal Cagno, her counterpart, has been good. But the other part of the big three ingredients for Western Michigan not quite performing thus far. Another point to Western Michigan, this time from a Louisville attack error from Reese Robbins.
And to King's credit, the big digs and the hustle plays and the long rallies don't always leave outside hitters in the best positions and best balls. And she's just had a few too many errors on bad situations tonight.
Fiona Salesman with another kill. She's not had a ton of big swings in the last two nights, but has found a way to score consistently, and did so once again here.
And as we just talked about, she's getting tough balls, tough situations, but she's doing a good job of being smart.
There's Brusick. Talk about efficiency. Making the most of your opportunities. That's what Mary Claire Brusick did yesterday and what she's doing today.
And not only that, making the most of your size and athleticism. She is a phenomenal 6-foot middle blocker.
There's a 6'4" middle blocker on the other side for Louisville, PK.
We see the double sub back here for Louisville with Ellie Glock and Aiko Jones coming in to replace Petrenko and Robbins. Louisville's actually run an actual 6-2 this set, and they've been subbing each time in the rotation when Glock or Petrenko has been serving.
And it's a block. This time, Aiko Jones. 7 kills and 7 digs for her last night. She fills the stat sheet every single evening and adds a block right here.
And fantastic block there from Aiko Jones. She was all alone on the fast offense from the Broncos, and she was able to push into that scene.
And another ace for Louisville.
And the ace game is where Western Michigan does not want to lose their advantage. They are a very good serving team. They pride themselves in their serving, and their serve receive is really strong too. So look for them to try to make some adjustments and battle back against the tough serving of Louisville.
And another point to the Cardinals. They're trying to pull away right now in set 2. It's PK with another Louisville block. And Western Michigan is going to take their second timeout of the set.
Down the stretch to win the match in 4. I think she's trying to make those changes earlier tonight and get it done in 3.
Ellie Glock, who serves here, Danny Busboom-Kelly noted in her post-game press conference yesterday that Glock struggled in her estimation in yesterday's affair against Wright State. Said she's been rock solid all year. Point to Western Michigan via Kiona Salesman out of the timeout. Heads up play by Anna DeBeer in serve receive. Saw that ball the whole way and let it go right past her for a service error from Western Michigan. And you pointed out that Western Michigan will not want to lose that service part of the game.
And that was a good serve by Simpkins, missed by inches right in the corner.
There's Mers once again. Her second kill after not playing last night at all. Had a stellar year as a freshman a couple of years ago, I should say, with 250 kills, but has not been able to produce that kind of output on a season-long basis since. But is being put into this match in critical moments and is coming through. Another point to Western Michigan on another ace.
And you saw Boyle look right at Case on that celebration and said, that's what we need.
And look at the focus on the face of Case as she takes aim. With her team trailing by 3. Make it 4. As Boyle couldn't get behind that PK swing, and it results in a PK kill as she heads to the bench to receive congratulations from her teammates. 4-point lead for Louisville, and they're 4 points away from a commanding 2-set lead. And it's Cressy. The middle blockers are showing up again tonight for Louisville, all 3 of them. Cressy, Robbins, and PK, 3 of the 4 leading scorers tonight for the Cardinals.
And Louisville knows their advantage is straight up in height and size in the middle of the court, and they are trying to exploit that every time that they can. But what that takes is staying in system, and Elena Scott has come up huge, not only with an ace that we see there, but in her ability to dig and put the ball right where Louisville needs it, in that sweet spot at the net for them to be able to run middle.
Elena Scott, her second ace there. And you mentioned her ability to dig. She's already got 16 digs.
That's a phenomenal number in 2 sets.
Calcagno denied. She's been quiet lately. Salesman has been the more effective offensive option for Western Michigan. And she's effective once again here.
And another great change of direction there from Case. She was facing Calcagno as that play was a little bit scrappy, facing the wrong direction and able to backset a fastball over to Salesman.
Salesman just 1 kill short of the team lead. Calcagno still has that label after a quick start in the first set. Kara Cressy has not let up no matter what set it is. And her kill here brings the fans to their feet. Louisville a point away from taking a big 2-set lead over this very game Western Michigan program and team. It's Petrenko to serve. Can Western Michigan stay alive in the set? It's Looper. And Looper's kill will send Louisville to the intermission. That's why you got the 5th set, the Whip Around show on ESPN Plus, where you can keep up with all the action as it's happening. Here's what's at stake for both of these programs, aside from the obvious, just advancing and keeping their seasons alive. Western Michigan looking to make a little bit of history, reaching the regional semifinals for the first time in 15 years. And Louisville trying to keep a streak of postseason success going. They've yet to make the ultimate breakthrough and win a national title, but they've made deep tournament runs in each of the last 3 seasons. Back underway to start the 3rd set. Louisville looking to sweep Western Michigan, and the Broncos looking to take a set off of the Cardinals and maybe, just maybe, force a 5th. And they're off to the right start, scoring from their right side with Anna Calcagno. She was quiet in the 2nd. That's her 9th kill of the evening.
And right away, you look at Case going all the way down to a squat to chuck that ball back to Calcagno super fast to the pin.
Looper finished off the 2nd set, and she puts Louisville on the board here to start the 3rd. If you're each of these head coaches, Stanley Busboom-Kelly for Louisville and Colleen Munson for Western Michigan, what was the message just now? I mean, I would imagine for Louisville it is keep going, keep pressing. You've got this match in your grasp. It's more interesting what Colleen Munson might have had to say to try and get her team back in it. What do you think they were talking about?
For Western, I think the key is to try to put Louisville in tough situations so that they can't run their middle. Western doesn't have the ability to stop Louisville's middles when they're in system right on the net and they're just bigger and touching the ball higher. And so they want to be able to put Louisville in situations where they can't have that as an option. And Boyer did her job with the first 2 serves of this set.
We've talked a little bit about this chess match, the way it's unfolded here tonight. I would imagine there will be some key moves made over the next several points, with the verdict of this one in the balance right now. Louisville leading the blocking battle by a 5-block margin right now. And they've got a 2-point lead in this set as Elena Scott serves. There's King. 4th kill for Maggie King. Has racked up a ton of them over the course of her career. Over 1,800, in fact. Second all time in Western Michigan history, behind Michelle Moore, who racked up 1,919 kills for the Broncos. Another point to Western Michigan here on an attack error this time committed by Louisville. And the call is that it was touched. It's a point to Louisville on the reversal. And a successful challenge from Danny Busboom-Kelly. Evidently evidence enough to overturn the call. And not much protest from Cal Cagno, or Colleen Munson for that matter. There's King again, starting to heat up in the 3rd set. Couple of kills for her now in this period of play. Make it 5 for the night.
And those are the exact balls she struggled with a little bit in set 2, were those off-system balls, the high balls to the outside. But she was able to find perfectly the corner on the right.
Another attack error from Reese Robbins, one of a pair that she has committed. This Western Michigan team so far this evening hitting just 176. I say just. Yesterday they hit over 300. It was their 13th match with a hitting percentage better than 300, and they're undefeated in all 13 of those. Charity Looper here with another point for the Louisville Cardinals. Those 8 kills for Looper tied for the team lead with Cressy. There's Brusick. And perhaps for Western Michigan, she needs to be a little bit more involved. That's because she's taken nearly every opportunity that's been handed to her.
And we've talked about the battle of the middles here. Louisville's trying to run all their offense out of the middle of the floor, where Western Michigan's doing a great job of pushing everything to the pins. And we see Brusick out there challenging the smaller blockers of Looper and DeBeer.
Look at the digs on either side of the floor. Simpkins for Western Michigan, Looper for Louisville, and it all results in another Reese Robbins kill. Plaudits all around for the Cardinals.
Great hustle play from Looper, and that ball ends up right up to the net, and Reese Robbins is able to get the cross-court kill.
Louisville fans have known about the talent that Robbins possesses all year long, but this might be a coming-out party for the freshman nationally in these NCAA tournament matches. 7 kills for her on the evening. But Western Michigan right there with Louisville in this set, tit for tat. Not stepping down to the challenge that the Cardinals are laying down. And Mary Claire Brusick continues to be efficient after hitting over 500 yesterday. She's got 7 kills on just 13 swings.
And she is just a player, sees the court well and finds ways to score.
Talking about finding ways to score and seeing the court well, Reese Robbins is certainly doing that right now.
That was a pretty swing from Robbins out at the pin.
And she will head to the Louisville bench. Just so much power that she possesses in her 6'5" frame.
And Murs, the middle blocker for the Broncos, had no choice but to go with Kong, as Louisville's been using their middles so well, and that left Robbins with a single block.
Look at Looper's dig again. And Scott, too. PK on a terrific set from Glock.
And this all starts with Louisville's defense. Multiple hustle plays here. You see a solo block, but Elena Scott's able to get the dig, keep it on the Louisville side. Glock gets her feet there, gets set, and plays the ball up to Kong.
One-handed set from Case to Salesman denied. Case calls her own number, and that was perfect.
She is so crafty and will not go down without a fight.
She is fired up as well, trying to lead her team back, trying to charge up their emotions. Salesman finishes for the Broncos. Louisville had some opportunities to find the ball, couldn't do it.
And I think Louisville needs to make sure they're staying true to what has worked and finding that offense from the middle of the court.
They go to the middle here with Iko Jones. Western Michigan goes to the left side with Salesman again. There's Louisville's DeBeer. And now Calcagno. And Western Michigan takes the lead.
We talked about the story for Western Michigan really being their stars stepping up, and Case and Calcagno are doing just that here in the third set.
Calcagno becomes the first player tonight to move into double figures. She's working on a double-double as well with 6 digs. PK and Jones. Oh, what a play from Simpkins. Will it result in a Bronco point? It will. Look at this Western Michigan team. They still believe.
And a point like this can be a game changer for the momentum of a set. Great hustle, should have been a free ball execution from Louisville, but 2 great hustles leads to a fantastic point from Calcagno.
DeBeer off hands to quell that Western Michigan run that you just felt was coming and may yet still come. But DeBeer can't start a Louisville run on her own there. Commits a service error. 6th, or beg your pardon, 5th of the night for the Cardinals. Tale of 2 nights there for Anna DeBeer. That hitting percentage alarmingly low by her standards, but much more like it tonight. Fewer errors, more efficient. And perhaps match winning as well for Louisville. We'll see what the rest of this set has in store. Here's DeBeer. And Calcagno for Western Michigan. After a very quiet second set, she is.
And that's the risk of the tight ball in the tight set. Louisville's doing that intentionally to play up above the block, but we see all the players on the center line right there, which is fair game during that play.
Early on in the year, Louisville head coach Danny Busboom Kelly said that Charity Looper had some knee stuff that they would need to manage over the course of the season. I think what we just saw would go under the management of that knee stuff file. but she remains in the game. Here she is, and shows no sign of any injury there.
And you saw during that same rally, Western Michigan going right back to Calcagno and challenging that block of Luper.
If there were any concerns about her well-being, I think she erased them with that play. Can she add to it? Not quite. She'll get another opportunity. Cressy was ready to pounce on the overpass. It'll set up a chance for Louisville. They go to Aiko Jones.
And again, a great swing by Aiko Jones here, but I think what this Louisville coaching staff wants to see from Ellie Glock is her stick to the game plan and find the middle. She had multiple chances during that rally to find Kara Cressy.
King continues to heat up late on. And right now she's leading her team to the lead in this third set.
And Case again doing just such a good job in transition of setting the long ball, setting the hard set, and reversing the flow of the court.
King heating up, so too is Luper, despite the injury scare. Jerry Luper, the transfer from UCLA, put up a bunch of stats this season that caught the eye. Caught the eye of the ACC. She was selected first team all-conference this year in her first year in the ACC. It's King again for Western Michigan. First team All-MAC for Maggie King. Was twice the MAC West Offensive Player of the Week this season. Player with a loaded resume as well for Western Michigan. But a point here to Louisville to give them the opportunity to serve, trailing by 2. King with the left is denied by Reese Robbins.
We mentioned her stability out here on the pin. She does such a good job finding her hitter, staying patient. That was an off ball there by King, but she's able to just throw it right back down. Robbins is.
And there she is again. Say hello to Reese Robbins, America.
Is there a better time of the season to make your presence known on a squad?
And another block. This time from Cressy and the left side, including Anna DeVere. And this is starting to look like a Louisville block party. They've come from behind and have taken the lead in the set over Western Michigan via that 4-0 scoring run.
And the blocks and the ability for these Louisville middles to step up and be a little bit the unsung heroes for this squad has really been apparent last night and tonight.
It's Mary Claire Brusick to reply on the slide for Western Michigan to tie it at 16. Louisville back into the lead on the service error. And remember, back in that opening set, Western Michigan racked up 5 aces, just 7 for them on the match in total, along with 5 service errors. So while they were dominant early on the heels of back-to-back matches in which they had double-figure ace totals, Louisville has been able to respond in that portion of the game. Here's DeBeer. That's in. And Louisville creeping close to a sweep. And sensing that.
You know, she is in charge of the lineups and who gets to go in, so maybe she was foreshadowing for us.
Here's DeBeer. And Anna DeBeer having a much more DeBeer-like night than she did yesterday.
And the use of the middles, that's really going to pay off down the stretch for Louisville and open things up for DeBeer and Looper on the outside, who are really strong power hitters, but they're a little bit undersized and can struggle when they have to constantly go against a big double block.
And when Western Michigan has had success tonight, Mary Claire Brusick has had a hand in it, seemingly, especially of late. 9 kills for her now, still hitting well over 400. But will her effort be enough to keep them alive and force a 4th set? Abby Wilcoxon with the service error. Colleen Munson nervously scribbles some notes in her notebook.
And we talked about Western Michigan needing to win that ace game, and we talked about the theme for set 3 needing to be the Broncos keeping the Cardinals out of system, but I think Western Michigan has maybe put a little bit too much pressure on their serve game, and that's starting to show off down the stretch with a few errors.
Here's Ellie Glock. And Mers denied twice. Salesman, chance for Western Michigan here. They go to Salesman again, and it's just to the left of Looper, and it's another Salesman kill. 9 for her.
This is when the Broncos are at their best, when they have multiple attackers running fast and are able to fire from both pins multiple times during a rally.
This is a Western Michigan team that will live long in the memory banks of Bronco fans. With the success that they have had, a MAC championship, a 30-win season as compared to just 2 losses. The most successful team that Colleen Munson has put together in terms of regular season success. Though she's led this program to the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament way back in 2008. Can they add another memory here with what would be an improbable comeback? Louisville trying to end that story right now and extend their own into another chapter. Jones with the block. And Louisville is 3 points away. She's having a terrific evening as well with 34 assists and 14 digs. Can Western Michigan extend their season? They'll have the chance to score here. Some players bumping into each other. But it is going to be a Western Michigan point. Pulls them to within 2.
King and Calcagno both front row for the Broncos right now.
Aiko Jones. Been around this Louisville program a long time, been a member of a lot of successful NCAA tournament teams. She is right now pushing her team toward the 3rd round with that kill. Here's King. able to keep Western Michigan in it right now. King, the fourth leading player in terms of kills tonight for Western Michigan with 8. Kara Cressy with the swing. King again. Well handled by Glock and then Scott. But Looper called for a double contact. And it's another point to Western Michigan to pull them to within 1. And Danny Busboom-Kelly clearly frustrated with. Looper scores off the block. And Louisville a point away from finishing this off.
And who better entering the game right on cue than Reese Robbins to the front row from the Cardinals.
Match point Cardinals.
Briggy Petrenko on to serve. Match point. Hearts and throats for Western Michigan fans on that ball. And it's over. Kara Cressy gets credit. And Louisville sinks the Western Michigan Broncos in a sweep.